Good afternoon, adventurers. We're going to be exploring more of Phnom Penh today. We just went out. It's actually getting a little bit late in the day. It's like 2 p.m. We've just been mostly working, catching up. That's mostly what we've been doing since we got to Cambodia,
unfortunately. Trying to make a few more travel plans, getting things sorted for towards the end of the year.
Yeah, it's a classic case of waiting to the last minute, and then you just kind of have to take 2 days and book everything and plan everything. But anyways, we came to this place called the Kai Fun Eatery, which we ate at the other day, and we wanted to come here for lunch because it was just absolutely delicious, and the food is really cheap. It's $1.50 for every single meal on the menu. Or I guess they have some things that are $3, but so you can kind of pick and choose and get a bunch of fun little items. I'm gonna get the taco, I think, because I had it last time and it was amazing. And of course, they have a bunch of tiny little pizzas. What do you think you're gonna get?
I got the mixed veggies last time, not very exciting, but they were barbecued or like grilled. They're so good, but I think I might do some little Asian dish this time.
This is the pork taco. It's got pork on there, some lettuce, some carrots. I think there's a little cauliflower in there, and some peppers. It's damn good. So the pizzas are obviously super tiny for $1.50, but I got the Hawaiian pizza. I can't remember which pizza I got the other night, but I remember it being really good, so sticking to what I know. So the food is, of course, really cheap here, but you have to buy quite a few items if you don't want to be hungry in like a couple hours. But we only got a couple items each. That's because we're about to go have ourselves a little treat.
We are gonna go get us some donuts. Who would have thought that Cambodians love donuts? And there's usually a bunch of little stalls from what we've read, and we've been wandering the streets near our hostel, but we haven't quite found a good like street cart selling them, but we're right across the street from, I think, one of the more popular donut shops in town. So we're gonna go in there. I think they have some pretty weird flavors.
So this is the donut we were really wanting to try. It's New Zealand cheese sprinkled on top of white chocolate. Is that like a popular thing here? Or is it just...
I have no idea. I just read about it on the website and thought it sounded so silly.
So I picked out the Waikiki. It's dark chocolate, vanilla custard, and fresh cream, it says. That sounds amazing, right?
It sounds so good. Much better than the cheese one.
Yeah, that one looks a little off. I mean, maybe it'll be amazing. I don't know. You want to give the cheese one a try first?
Yes. That's some strong smelling cheese. All right, and I don't love white chocolate either, so let's see. You really get the cheese at first, but it makes it not so sugary tasting, I guess. It's really not bad. I don't know why you would want this, but if you had to eat it, it's not terrible.
That's really not that bad.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. It's nice and creamy, and it's like a little cheese Danish kind of action.
Yeah, it's more like that.
The cheese doesn't have that strong of a flavor to me. Sensual, devotion, desire. What did it say over here?
Lust.
Lust. The donuts were all right, but I think we all agreed that it'd be nice to have like a freshly made one rather than the ones that were sitting in the case. And you know, we might have to try some other places because it was okay, but it didn't like knock our socks off or anything.
So the palace is behind us, but we didn't go in. It ended up being 10 USD, and you have to have something to cover your knees and elbows, which we don't have.
Yeah,
I think you can
got
rent
shorts
it.
on, so.
Yeah, probably, but we figure, maybe we'll pass today and just admire it from afar.
But we are going to take a little walk to the water. We're walking on this big walking street, and there's more pigeons than I've ever seen in one spot in my life, I think.
Yeah.
Currently trying to figure out how to cross this street. It is quite terrifying. Are we going? You really got to just be ballsy and make your way across the street here, because they do not obey stop signs, red lights, or anything.
No.
I feel like I'm gonna die every single time we try to do it.
I think what you gotta do, I mean, be smart. Obviously, just don't go running out there. But people are pretty good at going around you. Not necessarily stopping for you, but avoiding you.
Yeah. Running for it again. So apparently this is the Cambodian post office where we're gonna go and drop off our postcards. These are the postcards that we picked out at that night market in Thailand, but we weren't able to get to a post office while we were there, so we're dropping them off here in Cambodia. Better Cambodia than never.
The best of both worlds. The postcard from Thailand and the postage from Cambodia.
Oh. All right, postcards are all dropped off. By the way, in case you don't already know, the postcards are for people of a certain perk level on our Patreon. Our Patreon, we have a bunch of different perks where we'll send you like an Instagram print, we'll send you a postcard, some other cool stuff, access to hidden vlogs, never before seen vlogs that are kind of embarrassing, I'm not gonna lie.
They're pretty embarrassing.
But we'll have a link to our Patreon in the description below, so you can browse the perks and sign up if you're so inclined.
Yeah. So for now, we're gonna go take in hopefully a lovely sunset from a rooftop bar.
We just saw a random rooftop bar from the street and came up here, and it turned out to be like one of the sickest views ever.
Yep.
Check this out, isn't this insane? Look at that sunset. I mean, you can't really see the sun, but the clouds look amazing.
It's crazy. I think the only better spot maybe would be in that pool, and then running up
check
to
this
the
place
top
out.
to look at the sunset from
Yeah,
there.
we're kind of jealous of that, but this'll do. And we got ourselves a couple beers.
They weren't the cheapest, but for this view,
Yeah.
it's worth it.
So I'm getting a time lapse of that intersection right down there, and I just want to show it to you guys to give you a sense of how chaotic yet organized these intersections here actually are, because no one actually obeys any of the stop signs or stoplights. It's pretty nuts. The sun is pretty much gone, and there's a bunch of bats kind of coming from the city. I don't know where they were sleeping at, but they're all like, you could see them all in the sky, and a bunch of different flocks of them, and they're all heading out towards the water. Like there's a ton of them right over there, like hundreds of them.
It reminds me of our time in Austin.
Oh,
Except
yeah.
there aren't so many here.
But they're all heading from the city over to the water for some reason. I'm not sure why, but man, there's a lot of them. So we found ourselves a random place. This is actually the intersection that I'd got that time lapse of earlier. And I switched to the RX100 because the A72 is not exactly subtle on the streets of Cambodia. We found a random place that was cooking noodles over there, and it was $1.50 for a plate of noodles with chicken. So check this out. We've got some noodles, obviously, some sauce, some chicken, some kind of green vegetable. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but for $1.50, it looks pretty dang good.
It smells so freaking good. Plus, they have sauces galore here in Cambodia, and I think that's one of my favorite things. So even if a dish is a little bland or not quite as spicy or whatever as you want it to be, you can just add sauces until it's perfect. All right, let's see.
Not bad for street noodles.
Oh yeah, it's real good. Oh man. It's a little tangy, a little spicy, a little sweet. It's awesome. So after this, we're gonna go pack up because tomorrow we take a bus, I think a 7-hour bus to Siem Reap. Supposedly it has Wi-Fi and air conditioning. The bus line gets good reviews, so keeping our fingers crossed.
So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, but
You'll
we're
see, 'cause
planning
we're
on
vlogging it.
getting some stuff done on the bus. We'll see if that happens. But it should be fun either way. We'll show you guys the ride. I guess we'll leave you here though. Good night, adventurers.
We'll see you on the road.